This is public land, part of the 270 million acres managed by BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, in the Department of the Interior. Under the surface of this land, there's another world, a world that has been there for hundreds of thousands of years, a world that is home to a fragile ecology, a provider of valuable bacteria which produce antibiotics, and a source of cave springs that provide water to surface communities. A world containing fantastic mineral formations. A world enjoyed by cave explorers and scientists. A world integrally connected to the surface. Caves are a valuable resource that is non-renewable. Once damaged, this fragile ecosystem cannot be repaired. It appears permanent, but can be easily and quickly destroyed by carelessness, by vandalism, by ignorance, by mismanagement. Management of cave resources on public lands is the responsibility of BLM, which has the responsibility for managing all resources on the public lands, including oil and gas, mining, grazing, forestry, cultural, wildlife, recreation, and many more. Caves have important scientific, educational, and recreational values. Proper management of this valuable natural resource requires some basic knowledge of the ecosystems that includes this underground world. On the surface, above this cave world, is generally a landscape with few, if any, surface streams. This topography is frequently known as a karst area. Its geology includes soluble rock types and often contains sinkholes and sinking streams. These features carry water from the surface to the subsurface, and some water may percolate through cracks and fissures in the rock to reach the cave below. Water flow in the karst area can provide point sources of groundwater recharge for deep and shallow wells in the region, which are often vital for continued water supply to surface users. Thus, the subsurface-to-surface relationship may be an important and essential one. In addition to water, caves may provide a unique habitat for wildlife. Bat colonies often use caves for roosting, hibernation, and bearing their young. Their guano provide a seasonal food source for a large number of microorganisms which supply the base for a very intricate food chain. Disturbance of one cave-adapted species can have a devastating effect on the entire cave ecosystem. To protect this very fragile ecosystem, we must be able to recognize where caves occur. In the Roswell district in New Mexico, there are over 350 known caves. There are three principal kinds of rock in which caves are found. Limestone, a common sedimentary rock. Gypsum, the whitish powdery substance used in sheetrock. And lava-formed areas, the dark rocks deposited by volcanic activity in past eras. Identification of the area and the cave resources it contains is the beginning of cave management. The Federal Cave Resources Protection Act mandates our responsibility to identify and protect cave resources and their sensitive and fragile ecosystem. The Act directs federal agencies to determine significant caves using 6 criteria. The 6 criteria are biology, cultural, geologic, hydrologic, recreational, and educational. If the cave meets at least one of these 6 criteria, it can be nominated as a significant cave. Cave management practices can be divided into 2 basic types: intensive and limited. Those with known health hazards or high resource values that could be damaged by uncontrolled use require intensive management. They are gated and legally closed with caver registration required for entrance. Some may be open only for research. Specific action may be required in some cases. Hazardous caves that may endanger people, animals, or the ecology must be evaluated and proper strategies determined. Hazards may include confusing passageways, high disease potential, gases, loose rocks or ice, vertical drops, and potential flooding. Cave entrances may need to be gated and the area fenced. Water supplies may require additional safeguards. Surface collapse, especially if roads or trails are above, may dictate road relocation or reinforcement. Cave contents need to be determined and inventoried, and endangered plants and animals protected. If trash or other waste materials are found in a cave, they may require removal. Limited management caves with lower resource value and few significant hazards are inventoried but not gated and do not require registration for entrance. They can tolerate more use with minimal resource damage. Through the planning process, BLM may designate a cave or the surface above a cave as needing special management. Designations available are an area of critical environmental concern with highly restrictive access and use, research natural area, allowing some use, national natural landmark, special recreation management area, special management area with flexible guidelines for usage, and national conservation area designation. The types of land use that may affect cave resources are important to BLM. The use of the area may need to be modified to minimize impact. An area may need to be closed to mineral leasing, withdrawn from mineral material sales, mining claims, and oil and gas production. It may require restricting or eliminating surface occupancy, right-of-way exclusion or avoidance, and restrictive surface disturbance. The quality of groundwater may decrease from activities on the surface. Pollutants may enter aquifers through the caves, destroy aquatic cave life, and taint the water supply for entire regions. Relocation of projects and rerouting rights-of-way may be needed to reduce impact on the natural flow of water into or out of caves, and lessen the effect on wildlife near the cave entrances. Exclosures may limit activities near cave areas, restricting off-road vehicles and other uses that would damage the surface and hence affect the subsurface ecology. Surface drainage patterns may control the development of caves below. Changes caused by removal of vegetation, such as occurs in timber harvesting, ditches and canals, parking lots and roads, affect the percolation of water into the cave. Speleothems, mineral deposits formed in caves, may dry up and cause a wet cave to become dry or dormant or dead. Oil and gas development presents its own challenges. Vibrations caused by seismic exploration can collapse cave passages. Drilling may present an opportunity to inadvertently introduce pollutants into a cave's ecosystems. Management of caves presents some unique problems not encountered in surface management operations. Specialized equipment that may be required to properly manage, inventory, explore, and administer this underground world requires expert knowledge to select and use. Therefore, cave management generally will cost considerably more than surface land management. Safety of the public, as well as BLM personnel and others authorized to be in the area, must always be considered, and proper precautions in place. Liability for lack of safeguards and warnings can lead to serious consequences. Protection of the fragile ecosystem of the cave itself is a big task. Waste dumping in sinkholes or at cave entrances presents a larger problem than trash dumping on public surface lands. More inviting to the dumper and more costly to clean up, dumping can destroy the fragile cave ecosystem quickly and pollute groundwater people depend on. The fragile ecosystem, so important as a scientific, cultural, biological, geological, and groundwater resource, and a recreational treasure, must be safeguarded and preserved. Caves present a special challenge to the Bureau of Land Management to practice good stewardship, a challenge that must be met and can be met by working together in cooperation with other agencies, federal, state, and local, as well as with the help of the public and volunteers. Much of the help is implemented through Memorandums of Understanding, MOUs, for long-term strong commitments. Cooperative management agreements for specific projects in a particular cave, and volunteer agreements with sponsored groups for short-term projects such as a weekend cave restoration trip. Because volunteers are so important and so valuable in management of cave resources, we let them know how their help is appreciated and that their hard work and caring does make a difference. Properly managing caves in their fragile ecosystem is a challenge, a big challenge. One mandated not only by the Federal Cave Resources Protection Act, but by our responsibility to our customers, the general public, water users, scientists, cultural and historic archaeologists, cavers, and recreational adventurers. Our challenge, preserving this valuable resource so it can be used and appreciated by our generation and future generations yet to come.